Bill Ray Cyrus. I'm assuming it's William Ray Cyrus. Mr. Bill Ray Cyrus, who I'm guessing a lot of people don't know of anymore. In the early 90s, he had a song called Don't Break My Achy Breaky Heart. You know, snowflake anthems. Don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart. Snowflake anthem. It was about needing a safe space from romance and love. But Mr. Bill Ray Cyrus, who you probably better know him as Hannah Montana's dad. Smiley Miley Cyrus's, which I'm assuming her full name is Miles Cyrus's dad. Yeah, Miss Hannah Montana's dad played at the inauguration. What's up? Good morning. Good morning to you, But Bill Ray Cyrus of Achy Breaky Heart fame, that a very, very, very sensitive snowflake anthem song of a snowflake crying about not breaking his heart because it's an achy and breaky heart. He played at Trump's inauguration, and if you haven't seen the video, I linked it down below. I'm the first one here. I'm just better. Agreed, Agreed. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm Rob. I bring you news and commentary, and today it is a doozy. Mr. Bill Ray Cyrus is a complete and utter mess. A complete and cow utter of a mess. If you didn't see his performance at Trump's inauguration, I don't blame you. I didn't see it either. And then I started reading about his kids. I don't know how many kids he has. Step kids, real kids, fake kids, foster kids, diddy kids. But woo doggy. When I read the article about his stepson Trace saying like, I used to look up to you and now you're a shell of a man that you once were. I said, what the fuck happened? And I went and watched the video. PBS on YouTube has the whole performance in its entirety. And it is like, you're shocked. I implore you. I linked the PBS video of Bill Ray Cyrus playing at Trump's inauguration below. You have to watch it today. Don't go right now. Don't leave the live stream. Hit the like button. But you have to, at some point today, treat yourself to this Billy Ray Cyrus performance at Trump's inauguration. It is like a open mic gone wrong with a celebrity of really Billy Ray Cyrus was like he was like Madonna level when he had Achy Breaky Heart. Like there was no bigger song. It was at weddings. It was worldwide. It was like the Macarena for those who, God, am I just totally dating myself? Am I like Achy Breaky Heart and then Macarena? Who Let the Dogs Out? I don't know what kind of reference. What, Old Town Road. It's as big as Old Town Road because the beginning of the performance is him standing in front of the video of Old Town Road playing. But this guy is a mess. I don't know if it's drugs and alcohol or if it's just fame. He's drunk off fame. Or if he's just so old that he's lost his mind. Or maybe he has the woke mind virus and that's like the new COVID. I don't know. He did write a song called Don't Break My Achy Breaky Heart. But this dude is like you figure this is what always upsets me with famous people when they're like this much of a mess in public. It's like famous people have teams of people surround them, not just PR and like their management, but I mean like they have personal assistants, they have food shoppers, chefs, they have teams of people around them. And at no point was anybody like, Bill can't do this. Mr. Bill Ray Cyrus ain't going out there today. This guy is an absolute cow utter of a mess. And they just let him. And his like team let him. And the funniest part about this story and the performance is he got off stage and somebody in his circle of yes men and yes women, because we don't discriminate. Anybody can be bought, man or woman. But in a circle of people, somebody was like, that was awesome. The president loved that. Unfortunately, he's probably going to have to watch that back or read the articles that his kids are addressing him in news articles. Like, how's that feel as a dad? You know, Elon Musk and Bill Ray Cyrus, when your kids are addressing you through the media. Green Pug and Cactus. He didn't write Achy Breaky Heart. He didn't write Achy Breaky. See, I don't know much about the Achy Breaky Heart, but I believe you, Green Pug. Green Pug, great name. Notification. There's somebody with a YouTube account that's called Notification. I didn't know he didn't write it, but again, I believe that if you follow who's the YouTuber? Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. He does Why This Song Stinks. He does this series, the song stinks. I can't think of the name. Pat Finnerty. If you follow Pat Finnerty, who is a musicologist, the dude is a genius. He can break down everything. He's better than like a Rick Beato. He goes into the depths of like who wrote crappy songs, and sometimes there's like a team of people who wrote a song. So I believe it. I hope Green Pug and Cactus that Pat Finnerty and the Pat Finnerty Show, which if you like stories like that, I highly suggest you go check out Pat Finnerty's channel. I hope Pat Finnerty does an achy breaky heart breakdown of who composed and who wrote the lyrics to that. Just watch the video. Oh, did you see Bill Ray Cyrus? So let me just explain to you how bad this is. Don Von Tress wrote it. Oh, interesting. So you can't even give old Bill Ray Cyrus the achy breaky credit. He's just the performer. Oh man, that's even more embarrassing. People are like, I love achy breaky, and he's got to sit there the whole time just knowing, like, I didn't even come up with that. God dang, not even getting the writing credits. Oh my God, that is so funny. Now I want to do a deep dive into that, Green Pug and Cactus. See what you've done. I hope you hit subscribe and the notification bell because we need more commentary like this. This is brilliant. Thank you. You've just made my day so much better. Just knowing. I love finding out like epic tunes that go viral and take over the world and become earworms are written by like some dude in the shadows. And Bill Ray's out there a poser, just doing the sidestep dance, singing along to his song he didn't even come up with. Good God, man. It makes you appreciate the real artists out there, you know, the ones that write and perform their own music. I feel horrible for him, though. He was my favorite when I was younger. Well, so let me explain the video. So the inauguration, it comes out, the Old Town Road, which I didn't even know he was in. I was like, why is he playing a Little Nas X video? And Old Town Road's playing, and he walks out, and I don't know if he's Milli Vanilli-ing it. Again, very old reference. They were caught lip syncing. But I don't know if he's just lip syncing or if he's pretending to sing or if he's trying to fool the audience to like he's singing along with the video that he's in. But he's also like playing the guitar. And if you've just ever seen a guitar, you know, like he's totally not playing along with it. It looks like he's trying to solo during the song. So you're like, did they like have Bill Ray Cyrus perform and just unplug all his stuff? Did they know he was this much of a mess where they were like, just keep the mic and the guitar off and just let him like dance around out there? So he does that to the whole Old Town Road video. And then you could tell the mic goes live because his voice does not match up with the vocals in the video. And it's like, it sounds like he's had like strep throat for like 2 weeks. And you're like, guy, go get some antibiotics. Like something's wrong. Or go give us a, do that at least, you know? And Bill Ray Cyrus, if you're just joining, we're talking about Bill Ray Cyrus, Billy Ray Cyrus. I refuse to call him Billy. He's an adult now. Bill Ray Cyrus, or William Ray Cyrus, performance at Trump's inauguration. Link down below. And no, his mic broke, so they had him trying to sing along, but he wasn't loud enough. His mic broke. Listen, I love you. I love you. You're here all the time. You're part of the community, part of the family. I don't believe his mic broke. I know they're saying that. I believe they were like, keep his fucking mic off. Do not turn that on. This guy ain't got it no more. He didn't even write the song. They were as knowledgeable as Green Pug. They were like, if Don Von Tress wants to come out here and sing it, we'll turn the mic on. My conspiracy hat, my tinfoil hat is fully illuminated right now. I think they kept his mic off and his guitar amp off. And I think they were like, just let him go out there and think he's achy breaky Billy. You know, Because when the mic was on and you could hear his voice, he's like, "Hey, Old Town Road," and you're like, "What the fuck? Like, what is going? Like, did this guy like wake up from a coma from the '90s?" And they were like, "Trump's the president. You're gonna play," and he was like, "Put me on the stage," because there's no way you have seen yourself in the mirror and heard yourself with your own ears, and you're like, "Yeah, I could do that, president." Well, I mean, again, the caliber of our standard of living and performance, I guess, is the bar is very low. You just think there'd be something more. And then after that, he just kind of goes on asking the crowd if they know the lyrics. I mean, it is, you wouldn't, if this is the thing, if this was like a bar in Key West that was like doing an open mic and Billy Ray was just retired and like, I'm going to go up and do a performance, I'd be like, this is so fitting. You know, that's funny. Somebody put this on YouTube. This was the inauguration of the president of the United States of America. I need to remind people that. Like, there used to be some kind of standard. Now it's like, will you do it for $1 million, please? Because everybody hates us, which they do, by the way. And this is who they got. Ray Cyrus, William Ray Cyrus. And after he mouths the lyrics along and plays solo over the whole video of Old Town Road, he asks the audience who knows the lyrics to Achy Breaky Heart and asks them to start singing. And he's like walking back and forth on the stage. At one point, he starts to play a guitar, and you're like, oh my God. I think they even took the guitar from him. Then he takes his coat off and his scarf off, and he's just walking, like, it's like, it was like an open mic at a bar in, I don't know where. Somewhere warm, somewhere southern, somewhere where this would pass as like a performance, but it was atrocious. He told People magazine he was happy with this performance. Well, I mean, yeah. You know why he was happy? Because he didn't get booed and bottles thrown at him. Which, by the way, if he was at an open mic at Key West, there would have been bottles flying. Have you ever seen Blues Brothers? He would have had to been behind a cage. Like, people would have been like, get the off the stage. Boo. But because we're in a techno-oligarch fascist state, any kind of disagreement in America, you know, can land you in a fucking prison with no more freedom of thought. You have to agree with what the ruling fascists say, what the billionaires say. So he's one of them, you know? He's one of the million billionaires. And if you boo him, I'm sure they would have put everybody in jail that was there. So, of course, he was happy. Oh, my God. He sounded like he smokes 2 packs a day and drinks rubbing alcohol every time his throat hurts. Yeah, it sounds like he put a Brillo pad and rubbing alcohol in a blender. And he's like, I heard this clears your throat, and just drank it. Jesus. Sounds, and listen, if it's like drugs and alcohol, I've been sober for a while. I get it. He needs help. But this is where I hold everybody accountable around him, including his son I hey, what's up, Anastasia Cohen? But his son or stepson, I don't know. All these millionaires have like 1 billion kids and care for none of them. But the article that I put where his son was like, I used to look up to you, and now like you're a shell of a man, essentially. I was like, man, where are kids like that in his life? Because if you have people that really love you, they'll put you in check. You know what I mean? They'll be like, you can't do this. Like, I know you said yes. I know you need the money, which that's hard to think he needs the money after he's got that achy breaky heart money. And people will, you know, I mean, if you sold your soul for achy breaky heart money, which he didn't even write the song we learned from Pug and Cactus. God bless you for that information. Don Von Tress wrote it, which now I have so much Googling to do after the live stream. Thank you, Green Pug, because now I'm really going to find out how that song came to be. And I'll bring you the information tomorrow, too, by the way, whatever I learn. We'll have a follow-up. So make sure you hit subscribe and the notification bell. But, I mean, he's got to have people around him that, you know, Billy Ray, which I refuse to call him Billy Ray because he's a grown-ass adult. William Ray Cyrus. Like, Hannah Montana, where are you? You need to look out for your dad at this point, you know? I feel like he's one of them child stars who are just like making every wrong choice. Should help out regardless if they're still close, or even if his other daughter Noah said, but it's sad because Miley was hard on drugs. Yeah, well, that's the thing. But I didn't know she hated her dad. I know there's some family feud going on with the Cyrus family, but I will say this: whether or not you have a stress relationship, or your dad was abusive or on drugs or whatever, if you've gotten sober, like, that's your responsibility to like try to, and I know it's different because with money comes teams of people, and with money comes leeches, and I'm sure Billy Ray has a ton of yes men and women, which are just people. If you don't know what a yes man is, people don't tell you no. They'll let you do stuff like this because they're going to keep getting paid, because you are their cash cow, you are their golden goose. So they don't care for you, they just care that the money keeps coming in. And they're the worst kind of people to have around you. If you're in management, or if you work together and there's somebody who always says yes, even if it's detrimental to everything, stay away from them, you know, be wary of them, and don't be those people. But I know it's different at that caliber of fame and that money, but Hannah Montana, you got a responsibility to your family and listen, I'll say this, I've been the dickhead before in my family, because when drugs and alcohol are involved, I've been cold, where I'm like, I'll help you with everything you need, but we got to get you clean, you know? And you got to do that. And it's harder when people, you know, have enough money to stay messed up on drugs and alcohol. And if it is, listen, William Ray Cyrus, get help. The worst part about celebrities that don't get help, what really bugs me, is if you're in a position where I've been in before, and you're trying to get someone clean, or trying to get someone sober, or trying to help somebody, it's almost impossible to find them a bed at a recovery place. It's almost impossible to afford that. Insurance almost never covers what you need. And because you don't have fame and money, it's really tough. So people that need help like yesterday end up waiting. Sometimes they end up dying. And sometimes, like, I've had friends that, you know, ended up dying. I'm very lucky. My middle brother has been clean for a while. He worked his ass off to get there, you know? And I've witnessed people with no fame, no money do it because they needed to and they wanted to. And it bugs me when, like, I think someone put Chester Bennington in there. I don't think he was on drugs, but like the Chris Cornell, he wasn't going for help, you know? And with a name like Achy Breaky Billiam Ray, if he was like, I need to get clean and sober, within the hour, he could have a bed somewhere and it would be paid for, and he could be working on himself. So that's what really bugs me, is like, they have the access, they have the ability, they can afford it, and they don't. That drives me fucking nuts, and it's irresponsible to everyone in their family. I used to go slumming at a bar called the Ragtime Lounge. Billy Ray was the house band. Green Pug, what do you do? Green Pug, you need to do a live stream, because you got some gems you're unlocking right now. Please hit subscribe, and then after, hit the notification bell, because I do go live every weekday. I bring you weird news, and we have a lot of commentary. And sometimes we have amazing people up in the chat. Anastasia, Green Pug, and Cactus. Love all of you. I'm glad you guys are in the community. I'm glad you're here. It's much more enjoyable. I also, down below, I linked, you can watch the William Ray Cyrus inauguration performance. I don't know if it's a performance. You can watch an old man be a mess on stage. I refuse to call it a performance. I linked the video down below. But I also put some activists in Germany put Elon Musk's, they projected it onto his Tesla company factory in Germany, his Hail Tesla salute that he did at the inauguration. This inauguration was just a mess between William Ray Cyrus, Snoop Dogg, performing at the Crypto Ball before it, and the Sig Hail, that Tesla owner, the guy who purchased Tesla, didn't come up with it, didn't create the electric car, has no good ideas, but the guy who bought his way into it and tricked people into thinking like, oh, he's synonymous with Tesla. He's not. His Nazi salute, the activists projected onto the wall in Germany, and which was funny in the Reddit comments, which I was reading, they were saying if he had done that in Germany, he'd be in jail. Like, they don't mess around with that. And somebody else said if he had done that in his homeland, because he's an illegal immigrant in America, if he had done that in South Africa, he'd be in jail too. And I thought, God, those countries are amazing. You you do a symbol of hate that we had to fight a world war over, and they lock you up. And that would be amazing if we could extinguish hate like that. I put Chester. He wasn't on drugs, but he did commit. Yeah, begging for help in his music and the people around him, and nobody helped. Yeah. Well, listen, every time a celebrity goes like that, if you don't know, I know Miley's mom was a fan of Cyrus before they married. She was one of his many roadies. Oh, really? Oh, that's sad. That's sad. That's sad, because then you're not making good choices. You don't got a good head on your shoulders. Thank you, Anastasia, for that info. But yeah, when these celebrities like Anthony Bourdain really messed me up. But whenever these things happen, it really affects me differently, because when I was younger, my dad did the same thing. So I've lived my whole life in the wake of it as a survivor, and it bugs me because some of these people just the name alone could get them access to help. And when they don't have people around them, or they don't speak up for themselves and just say, hey, I need help, it really, like, it bugs me. That's why it's kind of hard for people, especially famous people, to get help, because, well, it's not that people don't listen, not that they're rich. It's sometimes they're surrounded with horrible people who just go, well, if this guy changes and he sees that I haven't been helping him and he's the way I make money. Like, but I've always said, like, with that's such a short-sighted logic, and it's really scummy, because if this person dies, you're totally cut out. If you're a parasite and the host dies, the parasite's going with it. So these people are just parasitic, and you'd always help. That's why I give you a warning. Like, be careful who you keep close to you, Be careful who you consult for advice. Make sure the people that you talk to, the people that say they love you, will tell you when you're dead wrong, because them telling you, yeah, everything's cool when it's not, is the worst thing that could ever happen to you. So yeah. Hi, Rob. You all right? Hey, what's up, Groot? Good to see you. Amy Winehouse, for an example. Oh, my God. Amy Winehouse. That one. Parrish, what is up? Man, Parrish. Long time since I seen you. I've been having these weird dreams about, I don't want to say Bermuda, but the Bahamas, but like the reefs and the shorelines. Man, we got to talk. Make some videos, Parrish, please. Because the short, I don't even know what to call it. The shoals of those islands have been haunting me in my dreams. Like, I have to go there. It's like calling me something. I know this is weird. I'm sorry to sidetrack, but I haven't seen Parrish in a long time. So I know Parrish has been part of the community forever. Please hit subscribe and the notification bell. And Parrish is out. I believe it's Bermuda, right? I want to say it's Bermuda, where the pigs swim. But man, it's so hard to explain again, because it's a dream, but they've been haunting me. What do you think of Elon doing the salute? Oh, check out Bahamas. That's right. Yeah, the Bahamas, man, they've been haunting me. Oh, and the fish life there. So Elon doing the salute, I talked about this earlier. You gotta check out the article I linked down below. Activists put that salute with the word hail next to his Tesla sign on his Tesla factory in Germany. They projected it huge on the screen. I linked the thing down below. But yeah, he's a Nazi. This guy is, remember, he's an illegal immigrant to America. He's from South Africa, apartheid South Africa. He's not a good person. He wants to rule the world. He complains about people who have empathy and anyone that's woke. Remember, woke just means like you understand that the billionaires and the corporations have bought off our politicians and they are not working for us, which they are elected. It's called the public service for a reason, because they are supposed to serve the public, but instead they're serving the corporate interest and people like Elon Musk, who have fired people in the Tesla shop near my town for wanting heat in the winter at their factory, which, by the way, it's like 17 degrees. So these people have no empathy. They have all the money in the world, and they're rotten. They're spoiled rotten. They're rotten to the core. And man, let me tell you, he's just not a good dude. That wasn't a My Heart Goes Out to You. And you got to call this stuff out when you see it. So it was awesome to see these activists. Activism can be fun, and them putting that up. And it's funny because in his homeland of South Africa or in Germany, he'd be in jail for doing stuff like that. Remember, my grandfather, I got a painting on the wall of my grandfather in his World War II uniform. My grandfather fought people who did that. So there's, history is lost on a lot of Americans. Anna, I didn't meet my dad till I was 27 through a DNA service. He was a rampant alcoholic. I tried and find him early enough. He died in 2020. Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Helping those who don't want to help themselves is rough. Well, Anastasia, listen, I haven't seen my youngest brother. My youngest brother was there when both my parents died, and he was 15, and then I forget how old when my mom died. And obviously with no health insurance and no one to care for us, and no help and no access to, if we had universal health care, I think things would be much different. But he spiraled, right? He's been homeless for over a decade. I haven't spoken to him since on the phone since like, I don't know, like 6-7 years. It's very sad. And every time we would cross paths, my stipulation was like, I'll help you, but I'm getting you into a place. We got to help you get into a place. And he would take the help, he would go into the place, and the next day I would get a call saying like he bounced, he left, he ran. So you can't help people who want to help themselves, but you can, always offer that to, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a tricky thing, because if they don't want help, they're going to refuse it. They're going to do everything. But again, there are circumstances where you can always be pushing them that way. So you're right. Sometimes it's just a trap. And that's all it is. What are you saying about Amy? Because that's one of the ones that nobody helped, nobody cared. Oh, Amy, I was saying, that's one that like shakes me to my core. If you've ever seen the Amy Winehouse documentary, because she was so young, and that dude she got involved with was so toxic. And the world was robbed of a beautiful human who wrote, composed, performed everything. But more than that, like she was a baby, she was so young. So that bugs me so bad. And I think her dad also was like really, really not a friend in that whole situation. And this is where you talk about parasites. People are leeches. People see them as a cash cow and not as a human anymore. And they go, well, we need our money. So if the drugs help her, then keep her on them. And it's just, people lose their humanity when money gets involved sometimes. I think you should talk to them. Oh, thank you, Groot. I appreciate it. You have to try. And I only say this because if you don't try, you'll regret it. You don't want to live with that regret. That is a regret that I live with as well. And my God, that is one that can crumble you in the middle of the day. Listen, I got to go finish doing some stuff, but I just want to jump on because old achy breaky Billiam Ray is an absolute mess. And I don't have much sympathy for him performing at the Trump's inauguration. Anybody who's hoisting up that fascist power pole doesn't get much sympathy from me. But Anastasia, it's good to have you back. Good to see you again. Thank you so much for stopping by. Green Pug and Cactus, I think it was. Amazing information. I'll try to stay warm. Yeah, it's like 10 degrees out. But please, guys, make sure you have the notification bell on. So when I do go live again tomorrow, I got to go live every weekday. You could join me because it's so much more fun when people are up in the chat. And I love talking with people. I love learning about people. I loved it when Amy called out Kanye in one of her performances back in Ooh, I got to look that up, Anastasia. I didn't know about that. But Amy was a real one. You know what I mean? Kurt was a real one. Amy was a real one. And we need those people like that. Like those people change. They're unicorns. They change the world, the direction of the culture, and the path of reality forever. They're just their impact. And you guys are all unicorns too. Everybody has this impact. We don't all have the talent to play the piano and sing at the same time. That's a very difficult one. But we all have voices for a reason. So I encourage everybody to do what you can while you can. Okay, we're here for a reason. God bless you. I love you. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Much respect. Peace.